Hello everyone, welcome to IntuBoxing. This is Melissa Zad and I am joined by none other than David Price. How are you feeling?
I'm good, thanks. Feel great, thanks you.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Obviously, we've just seen the announcement about your retirement. New chapter, new start. How is that for you?
Yeah, do you know what? It's nice. Feels good. You know, boxing's a tough sport. It's a hard way of life, and you know, I chose to go into boxing as a kid, and then chose to make it my profession after the Olympics. So, you know, you've got to live by your decisions. Like, and I could have picked a much easier way to earn a living, but I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, it was a great journey. Obviously, things might have gone a bit differently for me, and they didn't. And you have to accept that and move on. So, but it feels good that it's finally, you know, it's a bit of closure. I made the decision a few weeks ago, and now it's out there that I've retired, and yeah, it's closure. I don't have to tell people, you know, when are your next fight, and I don't have to make things up. Not make things up, or just be like, oh, I'm waiting for the call, when really I knew I weren't going to fight again. I just didn't have it in me to say it. I didn't want to let go, but the letting go bit was actually quite a good feeling.
And what brought you to this decision, or when did you decide to make this decision?
I was in and out of deciding. Like, I had one foot in and out for a while, but COVID hit, and the opportunities were going to dry up, and I was like, this might be the time. The longer this is going on, the less likely I'm going to get back in the gym and fight. And then early this year, I started getting back in shape, and thought, you know what, I might give it one more little go. And then this show got mentioned to me, and I said, all right, I'll see. Started training, just struggling to recover between sessions, and weren't really enjoying the feeling of being in proper training. And I hadn't even started proper training at that point. I was just turning the screw a little bit, and it was like, can I do this anymore? Do I need to do it anymore? When the fights I'd be having would just be for the sake of fighting. There'd be no, you know, there was no plan, no paths to bigger fights. The glory was gone, type of thing, and you need to be fighting for that glory. You need to have the hunger. So when I got the call, or a voice note, I was lying on the bed, tired after the gym, struggling to, and no, it's done. So yeah, that was then, and that's how I come to the decision.
I think that, you know, it's fair to say that some boxers kind of hold on for maybe too long.
Yeah.
And as you say, boxing's a really tough sport, physically, mentally.
No, mate.
So sometimes it's time, it's just time.
It is. I didn't want to be that one who won't go on too long. And also the nature of me as a fighter, because I've got my own vulnerabilities, you know, I've lost 7 fights by stoppage. I didn't want to keep losing fights by stoppage, even though I probably had a couple of wins left in me. It was like, for what, you know? And I keep using the analogy of being at a casino table and having the chips in front of me and putting them back on the wheel, or walking away and cashing them in, when I'm talking about me health. And it was like, yeah, let's quit while I'm ahead, because it's always someone who has one fight too many, isn't it? And I think, you know, I've been fortunate to come through a 10-year career as a heavyweight, and I've got my health, and I'm in good spirits. I've got my mental health as well. I've got my mental health. That's the main thing. I'm happy. A lot of fighters come to the end of the career. They don't know what to do. They've got no direction, and I've got that. I've got direction, and I'm happy. So it's all good.
Absolutely. So obviously today you were kind of put on the spot at the weigh-in. You know, they made the announcement that you were here as a guest star, and you were a bit shy to come up on the stage. What was that about?
I know, I wasn't expecting it. See, it's been that long away from that type of thing. I've quite enjoyed being out the way and keeping myself to myself, and quite low key as a person. So when they dragged me out, I've gone all hot and shy and that. But it was a nice gesture. It was a nice gesture by Eddie and Dave, and got a good reception. It was nice.
I mean, it was a really packed out weigh-in. The room was buzzing. The energy's been like this all week. You know, obviously it's a Liverpudlian derby. What makes it so special?
This city is such a special city. You know, it's got two sides. This city, it's one united city, but North and South Liverpool are quite different. North Liverpool's really the rough ends of the city. It's tough, hardship, quite a bit of poverty in North Liverpool. It's down by the docks that way. South Liverpool, it's got that as well, but there's leafy parts of South Liverpool. It's a little bit different. They've got a bit of a different twang in their accents, even some of them. Apparently Fowler's from Toxteth, so he's been brought up with Nottingham. Liam Smith's been brought up in a rough area. The city will be divided a little bit, even though we're the one city. You know, they're both Liverpool fans, so the footy doesn't come into it. But it's a fighting city. It's a fighting city with a great amateur boxing infrastructure, which I was part of, and I was a big part of. The other lads at the time were boxing for England. We were a part of making it better as well, because we were going and winning medals in tournaments, and a lot of local council money was put into amateur boxing. So the amateur boxing infrastructure in this city is brilliant, and that's what's produced these two. And so it's been the amateur boxing that they've had, and it's also been their upbringings that they've had. You know, the hardships, that's given them the desire to get to the point that they're at, and that's what you'll see in the ring on Saturday night, because neither of them are going to back down.
I've asked a lot of people what their prediction is, and most people from the city don't want to give their prediction. They're very much on the fence about it. Do you have a prediction for the fight?
Yeah. I'm not on the fence. I'm firmly in Liam Smith's corner. You know, my family friends are the Smiths, and I've been for a long time, and I've got nothing against Anthony Fowler. I like Anthony Fowler. He's a great fella, but you know, I'm on Smith's team, and I want him to win this fight, and I think he will win the fight, but it's not going to be easy, because Anthony Fowler is a real fighter, talent, lives the life, absolute specimen of a man. I just think Liam has got the more intelligent boxing brain and the more experience in the big fights. He fought Canelo in front of don't know how many thousands. So he's been on the big fight experience, former world champion, and I just think how he utilises his energy throughout the 12 rounds will give him the cutting edge going into the last 4 rounds, and I think Liam's going to win the fight on points. But I think it's going to be a great fight, where it might be that good a fight, he might want to do it again.
I mean, one of the comments that Eddie made was that Liam seems to be a bit offended, I think is the word that he used, that he's been put up against Anthony Fowler. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk on the circuit that, you know, Anthony Fowler's jumped ahead of the queue for this fight. Do you have any take on that?
The offended thing, he can use that to his advantage. Right, I'll show you should put Fowler in with type of thing. And as for Fowler jumping the queue, no, it's a perfect fight. It's a perfect fight, and he's, you know, all the other lads in the queue the same level as Fowler. One of them had to fight Liam, otherwise Liam was going to be sitting down waiting to fight whoever the names that have been mentioned, which have fell through. So Liam needed something in front of him to give him the appetite and to get him going. And if it's been offended that it's him, then at least it's something that's giving him that appetite. So I disagree with that. I think it was the right fight at the right time for both fighters.
Let's talk a little bit about the heavyweight division. Obviously a division you're very familiar with, and there's a lot going on at the moment. So we've got the Fury Wilder fight coming up this Saturday night. How do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to be similar to the last fight, but I think Deontay Wilder, a different type of Deontay Wilder will turn up. I think they're saying he's going to attack Fury's body. Fury won't make the same mistakes he did in the first fight. He's going to go in and he's got the blueprint how to beat Deontay Wilder, and he calls Deontay Wilder a one-trick pony. I mean, I wouldn't disrespect him myself saying that, but I can see where he's coming from. It's the big right hand that he's looking for every time. It's got him out of jail so much. He's not going to outbox Fury, but he's not going to outfight him, because he's a long-range puncher, Deontay Wilder. When Fury's in his space, he's at his safest. It's Tyson Fury's safest mid-range, Deontay Wilder. He's not a hooker. I don't think I've seen him throw uppercut, but it's when he's out of range. So Fury's going to get on top of him and
Smother him.
maul him again. I think, I think it was the right thing. It was obviously the right thing to do the second time, and he just needs to do that again, and just needs to be switched on, completely switched on, and he just needs to remind himself that he can be knocked out by Deontay Wilder, because another referee might have just won no count for that because he was out. So he needs to have that respect there, which I think he will.
And obviously we've just seen Usyk face Joshua, and Usyk got the points victory.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, Joshua, he wants the rematch. What do you think Joshua will need to do differently in order to get the win?
He needs to do something similar to what Tyson Fury done or will do tomorrow, and use his size, use his strength, because the way I was looking at the first Joshua fight, and I know it's not this simple, but I'd say Alexander Usyk now is 30% a better boxer than Joshua. Just don't forget, AJ's won Olympic gold himself. He's no slouch when it comes to boxing. But I think AJ's power and speed is about 60% more than Usyk. So I was trying to weigh it up in a simplified way. And I thought AJ needs to land one shot and jump on him and the fight will be over. But I was wrong to think that, because Usyk put it on him early with solid shots. Just let him know straight away, I'm not the little man, I can hurt you. It's even a stiff jab, and it put Joshua into a bit of a defensive mode where he was reacting all night to everything that Usyk done. He needs to move away from that, and he needs to be the one initiating the attacks and focus on what he's doing, because he is a reactive boxer, Joshua. If he fights someone who's twitchy, he'll react every time because he's well schooled, but he's also wary that he can be hurt. So he needs to completely throw that trying to outbox Usyk out the window away and focus on doing what he's good at. And Joshua's best strengths for me are his mid-range punches, his uppercuts and hooks. They're his most powerful punches. Because even his jab, sometimes he'll push his jab out, but when he's up close, them hooks and uppercuts, they're what he needs to he needs to do that against Usyk. I can't see any other way of him beating him, because you're never going to outbox him, never. But he can overpower him. But I do think Usyk's a bogey man. I just think he's one of them fighters he's never going to be able to beat. But if he does it, then it's amazing, and the hat's off to him.
Last question. So obviously we've just seen that the WBC, I believe, has ordered the winner of the Fury Wilder fight to face Dillian Whyte, if Dillian Whyte is successful at the end of this month. Do you feel like there will be a time where we get an undisputed heavyweight champion? It's one of them, isn't it? It takes a long time for that to happen, and I can't remember the last time there was one. I think it was Lennox, because I know Vladimir and Vitaly held separate belts, and then Deontay Wilder got the WBC. So it's been what, 20 years or so. It's a long time coming, isn't it? But I think that it's not about the belts now. It's about the best fighting the best, even if there isn't a belt involved. And touching on Dillian Whyte there, he so deserves this opportunity if he does get it. If he wins and Fury wins, he deserves this. Not only for all the fights he's won, but even for coming back straight away from a brutal knockout loss against Povetkin and just disregarding it in his head and didn't care. Just got in and done the job again, and that to me is a man who deserves a shot at the title, and I hope he gets it. Fighting spirit he's got.
Oh, not half. He's a real hard man, mate. He's a proper hard man.
Thank you so much for your time, David. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, love.